How long does your boyfriend in the morning spend sitting on the toilet trying to poop his brains out? For most people, a lot.
And it's not just because he's on his phone. Sometimes they be straining.
Yeah. They be straining big honkers.
Welcome to Pelvic POV with your hosts and doctors of physical therapy, Amanda Neary and Hannah Meyer. Hey, pelvic freaks. Welcome back to another episode of Pelvic POV.
Where you're freaks for us and we're freaks for your pelvis, baby. Did you hear?
What?
Gemini's in Uranus.
Not mine.
Which means I'm in Uranus.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you?
So apparently the actual way to say it is Uranus entered Gemini for the first time in 84 years.
Okay.
So Uranus is apparently the planet that frees you from holding anything back.
Cool.
So what does it mean that it's in Gemini? I don't know. I'm not an astrologist, but
Astrologer?
exactly. But it had me thinking, do you feel like you have anything that's holding you back right now
And
in life?
me? Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Wait,
myself.
what did you think I meant by that?
I thought you were having a whole existential conversation with yourself.
I was asking myself that as well, but I wanted to hear from you.
Yes, I would say my fear of, I don't even know if it's a fear, something I have to get over, which we talked about this last week, how it's okay to like care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
I think my fear of how I'm being perceived limits me sometimes.
That's exactly what is holding me back.
Yeah,
And it's holding us back.
I agree.
What do you feel like? What parts do you feel like you're afraid of being perceived?
When I think about these random people that I knew in middle school following me on social media and seeing my content, it makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
Like
Jerry from 7th grade basketball practice.
yeah, 1,000%. Is that a real person?
Did either of us play basketball? I don't know
No.
why that came to my head.
God, no.
I meant like gym class, not basketball practice.
Yeah, and I don't know why I care. I literally don't know why I care. Because if I actually think about it, I don't care.
You know they're talking shit. Anyways.
People love to talk shit. We've talked about this. People will find a reason to talk shit, and everyone's guilty of it at different times. And I don't like thinking I'm the center of that, but it doesn't really matter anyway.
I feel like you gave me advice one time and you were like, as long as you're confident in who you are and what you're putting out there, then who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Showing up authentically
That's what you say.
is very helpful. I feel like in the past year, like I actually noticed this recently. I haven't like been feeling myself as much because I was popping off on Instagram last year. Like, not that I like want to post all the time. Like, there's different like waves, ebbs and flows of life and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt more confident posting last year than I have recently, and I don't know why.
I know. I'm not really posting that much either, but maybe it's because I'm like busier.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I know, because I've been having like this battle with social media. Like, do I want to keep doing it? Like, do I want to keep posting a lot of my like personal content on social media or what? I feel like for some weird reason, it gives me like a rush of like, I'm a bad bitch.
I like
when I
it for
post.
myself. Like, this
Yeah.
is why I like my personal account, because it's my personal photo album of
It's
all
like
my stuff.
And it's like, I feel like I express myself through the way that I post things on Instagram too.
I agree. It can be artistic. It can be unique to you, something to look back on. What is different for me right now is the thought of like posting a mirror selfie of me looking really hot. I have my moments with it still, but I feel weird about it right now. And I don't know. I
I
shouldn't
haven't
care.
posted a selfie in a minute.
Should we post selfies soon?
I'm down.
We need to go out and look really hot and take pictures in the mirror together again.
We're going to be doing that next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So that's perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect
Oh
timing.
my God, the best weekend of the year. It's coming up so soon.
It is. It's
Wait,
going to be good.
It's not long. Is it? That's 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
Our photo shoot.
Yeah, we're doing a photo shoot. They've been like hearing us talk about this damn photo shoot. They're like, what is it?
A photo shoot, guys.
But what I want to say first is I get it. And what's your word of the year this year?
Flourish.
Flourish. Okay. What was mine?
Did you pick one?
Yeah, I did. What did I told you it? I feel like it was like bloom or something. Or was that yours before? Flourish.
I never had bloom.
Ooh, maybe it was bloom.
Maybe it's bloom.
Bloom and flourish.
Wow, look at that.
That makes sense. Because they're both like flower things. Was flourish a flower word?
Not necessarily.
Maybe I assume it with I identify it with flowers because it sounds like flower at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's probably how that happened.
It has an F and L in it.
Yeah, and an O.
Yeah.
I feel like the one thing that's holding me back that I get nervous about with perception is posting my poll content on social media, but specifically because there's freaks out there.
There are freaks out there.
Like Jerry from gym class.
Yeah, and you just have to like block them one at a time, which sucks.
I know. And it's like the same idea. Like, do I want to be posting this content for like people I knew in middle school that have no idea who I am anymore and don't relate to me or support me and just are like creepers watching in the background? Or do I make like a separate account and like post it on there with like just my pole peeps or something? I don't know.
I think if you think about like which account you would use more for it, that's your answer. Like if the reason you're not posting it is because it is your personal account, then you probably want a separate account.
That's what I think for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm on my way.
Because that's how I feel about like even my professional stuff. Because now I'm like, I feel like I'm super fucking annoying. I have a business that's a brick and mortar and the podcast page. I've had like a million different Instagram accounts that have grown into whatever they are. And I've always had my personal account. And so I'm like cross promoting on that. But I'm like, is making a 4th Instagram account so crazy? But then I'm like, why do I give a shit? Who cares?
I don't know. I think it depends, like what you said, like how we're going to use it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But
and Stevie doesn't even have one yet.
I know, that would be so much work. Imagine if Stevie and Felix had Instagrams.
Can they have a joint account?
That would be crazy.
That's really funny.
He's hard to take pictures of. Like usually it's just like 2 glowing green eyes.
I know, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Can it just be like a trash account that we randomly put pictures on?
Do you remember Finsta?
Yeah.
Do you remember that phase?
Stevie and Felix Finsta?
Literally.
Let's do it.
Bring it back. Oh my God. Finsta was a crazy phase.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Word of the year, bloom. I just found it.
Wow. Look at that.
That was crazy.
It was right there.
Well, I think since we're in Uranus now, I think it's showing in the podcast too that we're about to take the fuck off.
Yeah.
We're processing. We're in the processing phase.
I thought you were going to say, since we're in Uranus now, let's talk about men's pelvic health.
Which is what we're getting into. That actually is a good tie-in.
That's hilarious.
Everyone has an anus.
Everyone has an anus. Okay, do we want to...
Especially your boyfriend. Which brings us to the topic of today. Your boyfriend might need pelvic floor PT, and he might not know it.
He might need it more than you.
He probably does.
He probably does.
Because think about it. How long does your boyfriend in the morning spend sitting on the toilet trying to poop his brains out?
They be doing that.
For most people, a lot.
And it's not just because he's on his phone. Sometimes they be straining.
Yeah. They be straining big honkers.
How many buttholes have you had a difficult time getting your finger in because they were so tight?
A lot, yeah. There's pelvic floors can get so tight, and we'll assess rectally for both people with vaginas and people with penises.
Yeah. I think what we want to talk about in this episode is the fact that pelvic health for this population, the population of people with penises, is not well known. And a lot of people don't know that people with penises even have pelvic floors. And every time we post something on social media to that effect, there's someone out there that says, I didn't even know men had a pelvic floor.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the response.
Patients ask me all the time, too, like women that I'm treating. And they'll be like, oh, wait, Men have pelvic floors?
All the time.
Like,
That's
literally all the
probably,
time.
like where it gets brought up the most is from other patients.
Because think about it, the pelvic floor is muscle. Men also have, and people with penises also have muscles that support their intra-abdominal pressure and supports sexual function.
Yeah, the pelvic floor is not specific to female reproductive organs, which is what a lot of people associate it with, because for the longest time, pelvic floor dysfunction was called women's health. So it's no one's fault other than like organizations that still call it that. Like I think the APTA is one of them that still highlights that pelvic floor disorders are commonly affecting women, which, you know, something can be true and also not the best way to advocate for what it can, like the broad spectrum of what we actually treat.
Yeah.
Because it probably affects more women than men. We know that. But men have pelvic floor dysfunction all the time.
Yeah, it's super common. And here's another thing too. That's another reason, like it's women's health, right? But like most women or people with vaginas that come to us for pelvic floor treatment, a lot of the times it is with postpartum and pregnancy. And that's like the first time people are ever learning about pelvic floor issues, even as women or people with vaginas. And that's another reason why, I think. So like if we weren't having babies and stuff, pelvic floor talk wouldn't be a thing as much either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my theory on that. Because a lot of people with just like chronic pelvic pain have never had children or have incontinence, have never gone through pregnancy, postpartum, anything, or even like older adults still have pelvic floor dysfunction and they have no idea and took them forever to get help versus someone who is pregnant and or has had multiple kids, for example, or goes through their gynae more often and has those check-ins, then they're going to have more likely a chance to get referred, even though it's already low referral rates. You know?
You know how I know people don't know men have pelvic floors?
Why?
Because if they knew that men had pelvic floor dysfunction, we wouldn't have issues with research. We wouldn't have issues with funding. We wouldn't have problems billing pain with sex as a code. That would be a code billable so fast. But people don't freaking know.
Yeah.
And it's only hurting everyone.
Yeah. Let's talk about another reason why. How often do men in your life that you know go to the doctor?
Oh, so rarely.
Or the dentist?
No.
How often do they be getting sick though? A lot. They be getting sick.
And
they be whining about it. Whining about it. I remember I always joke about this with one of my friends that lives in Kentucky. She's always like, my husband, whenever he gets sick, it is like the end of the world. Versus like when I'm like on my period, I'm like still able to like juggle 1,000 things, even though I'm going through literally hell and back, or like I'm going through my IVF journey and I'm like injecting myself with hormones every day. But like he has a sniffle and he's like out for the count for like 2 days.
Yeah, it's the man flu.
The man flu.
It's the freaking man flu. I heard that for the first time in the UK. It's more commonly used there.
Really?
And it's so true. It's so true. I saw there was a post by one of the accounts we follow that was like, if you could give men any period symptom, what would it be? Go. And like just reading through the comments I was like, these are more symptoms than I even thought of that we like literally deal with once a month at least.
And it's so normalized.
Yeah.
All the shit that we go through.
It's not to say we like want everyone to experience that, but we are more proactive about our healthcare, generally speaking. And there's a large population.
Because we kind of have to be.
You have to advocate for yourself.
We have to. As women, have learned that we need to push and push and push to like get answers.
But not to get your poop out.
What?
That was a good one.
Oh, I thought you said to get your boob out. What is that supposed to mean?
Damn, harshen my joke, Mello.
I thought you meant like get tits out.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, no, you don't have to get your tits out to go to the doctor. Only under certain circumstances.
I will on Friday for my annual exam.
Slay.
Breast exam.
I need to get one of those soon.
Everyone get your breast exams done. It's important.
Yeah.
How do you do yours?
I don't know, actually. That's another problem with our healthcare. They're like, do a breast exam. I'm like, okay, what am I feeling for?
Are you like circles or are you like cross?
I don't do it. It's a problem.
Should we do it right now?
I don't know what I'm feeling for, bro.
I have a bra on. Also, I'm going to gaslight myself and be like, oh, I feel something.
Exactly.
So I'll just let them do
Wait
it
for
on
your
Friday.
breast exam, okay?
And then I'll ask them on Friday.
Hold your horses.
See, we don't know everything, everyone.
And then you'll push your poob out.
Push my move out.
Anyways.
Yeah. So we talked about men for approximately 2 minutes.
So this is important.
This is important. What are
because there are people with penises. There are men that listen to our podcast.
Yes.
And it is important that they know why they may need to go to pelvic floor PT and what they can benefit from. And there's women that listen to our podcast that are like, my boyfriend or husband or partner literally gets up in the middle of the night and pees 3 times in the middle of the night, or he has pain in his testicles after he has an orgasm, or he like can't ride his bike because he has pelvic pain and like, I don't know how to help him. Well, girl, tell him to go to PT.
Big time.
Come to the Pelvic Institute, baby.
On the note of symptoms, what are some of the things people with penises are going to experience that might indicate they have pelvic floor dysfunction and should see a physical therapist? Hannah mentioned a few, but just to like go down a list, we have constipation, we have pain around the pelvic floor, which could be any of the surrounding muscle. It could be the penis itself, the scrotum, the testicles. We have decreased urinary stream or force production with that. We have ED and issues maintaining an erection or issues with ejaculation or climax in general, inability to climax, so any sexual dysfunction there. We have prostate-related conditions, so preparing for prostatectomies, post-prostatectomies, any cancer patients, things that might come with any of those conditions. We have tailbone pain, SI joint pain, hip pain, any of the things we'll say for female patients coming in too.
Yeah, even lower abdominal pain, pain in the groin. Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, like pain riding a bike, like that's a pretty common one randomly. Not randomly. Makes sense. You're like having that pressure from the bike seat.
We have urgency.
Pelvic pain after running long distances. I feel like I have had patients before that are like really like they really push themselves with like powerlifting or long distance running, and it really impacts their pelvic floor. Mm-hmm. And that's really common in my male patients or male population.
Pelvic pain is just a broad way of saying like pain in any of the areas in the muscle groups that we just mentioned. So even if you're not sure that it's in your pelvis, if it's anywhere between like your mid thigh to your low back, it's in the pelvic region.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see. Your boyfriend's getting up in the middle of the night and he's peeing. Research-based, research, okay? Listen to me. You want to hear what the research says? Is that we should not be waking up in the middle of the night to pee at all.
Yeah.
It should be 0.
Yeah.
If it is 1, that is still too much. Mm-hmm. Okay? So if your man is waking up in the middle of the night to pee all the time, you're like, okay, he could have a tight pelvic floor and that could be impacting it. Maybe he needs to see a pelvic floor PT to like retrain his bladder habits. Mm-hmm. Maybe it could be as simple as that sometimes, you know? Or let's say constipation, straining, like the example that we gave at the beginning of this episode. Maybe we need to get this man a squatty potty. We need to teach him how to breathe when he poops. We need to teach him how to poop like a queen.
Yeah.
So that he's not straining. He should only be sitting, or they should only be sitting on that toilet trying to poop for no longer than like 5 to maybe 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And here's the thing. People might, I did it on accident. Whoa. The bit. Here's the thing. People might hear this and say, whatever, I'm a little constipated sometimes and I can live with it. Like, why would I go get a rectal exam from a pelvic floor therapist to fix that? Because it's a precursor to other pelvic floor dysfunction. What we're typically seeing people with penises come in for is sexual dysfunction. They're coming in because they can no longer have enjoyable sex. They can no longer maintain the erection they want to. They were referred here. It was their 4th line of treatment. Someone finally recommended it. And what are we finding on our evaluation? A lot of tension. And we're finding that these patients are also constipated. So they had these precursor symptoms that then led to further dysfunction, which is why we're saying, you know, it could be something as simple as every once in a while I get a little constipated. Maybe you just need a little pelvic floor tune-up, some knowledge on how to relax your pelvic floor, lengthen those muscles, and then you can avoid sexual dysfunction altogether.
Yeah. Tell them like it's like going to get an oil change. Listen, hubby, you know how you get your oil changed every now and then? Maybe you just need to go take your pelvic floor in for a little tune-up.
Yeah, for real. And how big of a difference does it make for those patients? Like, my dudes are coming in here and they're like, whoa, I had no idea.
And they get so much better.
So much better.
Let's talk about the sexual function component. So some issues like premature ejaculation, that could be a pelvic floor issue, 100%. Erectile dysfunction could be also a pelvic floor issue. It could be due to a tight pelvic floor. Okay. If nothing else is working and your man's is not able to maintain an erection so that you guys can have intercourse and penetrative sex, and you're like, what is going on? And he's like, what is going on? Pelvic floor muscle assessment, baby.
Yeah.
Let's check your pelvic floor.
For real.
Let's say you're same thing. Like maybe let's say this is your partner. Like you're someone that has like a male person and a male in your life that has pelvic floor dysfunction. You're like, this is ringing some bells for me. And it's like, you don't have pelvic floor dysfunction, but like you're trying to be intimate with your partner and it's painful for them. Like you want to push them to go get help, right? It could be like scrotal pain after an orgasm, after ejaculation. It could be very intense pain because we know that our pelvic floor muscles contract, like that strong maximum strength pelvic floor contraction to have an orgasm or to ejaculate. And that's going to be pretty painful if they're already in a tight state.
Yeah. And we know societally and by talking to sex therapists, this stuff is stigmatized and there's a lot of shame around having these conditions. And we know that unfortunately, painful sex for women has been normalized. So they'll come in and they'll say, yeah, I have some pain sometimes. And we have to educate them on the fact that they shouldn't have pain with sex. That's more so our role. But with male patients, they're often just embarrassed because it's not something they can talk about with anyone. So a lot of people don't get care right away, but it can make the biggest difference, especially for sexual function.
Yeah. What if the person listening to this episode, whoever it is, they have a partner with a penis and they're like, okay, I'm listening to this, but I know my partner is not going to go seek out pelvic floor PT. What are some tips we can give our pelvic freak listener right now that they can tell their partner?
Their homework is to send this to their partner, even if they don't know anything about their pelvic floor.
Yeah.
We're generalizing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you suspect your partner. Make them listen to this episode.
Honestly, you're right.
Make them listen to it.
Period.
They'll figure it out for themselves if they do. It doesn't have to put you in that position. Just be like, hey, my favorite podcast has this cool episode you should listen to.
What if they actually do have pelvic floor dysfunction? Then I have a tip.
Okay.
90% chance it's not a weak pelvic floor or it's probably a tight pelvic floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just going to shoot in the dark with that one and assume that it's probably some type of tight pelvic floor, whether it's that person is going to the bathroom all the time, having pain with intercourse, anything. Breathing. You guys are going to breathe together. You're going to teach your partner diaphragmatic breathing.
Big time.
You guys are going to literally breathe together during intercourse. It can be so hot and intimate if you guys do that. And I preach that. It's like my number one thing I could tell. If I could tell anyone in the world one thing, I would say you should do diaphragmatic breathing during sex. Promise you.
Yeah.
During anything. Doesn't have to be penetrative sex. It could be literally during whatever.
Also, the way we treat pelvic floor dysfunction is largely similar to all of our patients that might already have been listening to this podcast. So you can apply your pelvic floor down training exercises, relaxation techniques, and teach them to your partner. And if they're like, whoa, that felt really great, then be like, I learned that in pelvic floor therapy. And also men need that too.
Yeah. Guys, like we talk a lot. Most of our audience is female and we like people with vaginas are the main audience that listens to us. Okay. So that's why we're preaching this episode this way. But like we said at the beginning of the episode, we treat all genders. Everyone has a pelvic floor. It's really the same form of treatment. It's just we're not treating through the vagina, which for people with vaginas, we also treat rectally. we're treating rectally for people with penises. And it's literally the same thing. We're stretching the pelvic floor. We're teaching breathing techniques. We're doing very similar, if not the same, pelvic floor exercises that I would do for someone with a tight pelvic floor that has a vagina, depending on what your symptoms are. We can do dry needling. We can do abdominal work. We can work on like hypertonicity in the abdomen. I see that a lot in my male patients as well. And yeah, I'd say it's like almost exactly the same. It's just slightly different anatomy.
I want to frame this a different way for someone listening who has literally never heard of the pelvic floor. They're like, I don't even know what those symptoms are. What you might be more familiar with is diagnoses. So I just want to go through like a little list of diagnoses that might indicate someone has pelvic floor dysfunction if they have a penis, just so they can explore on their own and kind of go into that. So
Pop off, girly pop.
Pop off. Let's go. Some of these conditions that might come with symptoms of pelvic floor dysfunction are chronic non-bacterial prostatitis, benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, pudendal neuralgia, persistent genital arousal disorder, PGAD, irritable bowel syndrome, painful bladder syndrome / interstitial cystitis, and chronic pelvic pain syndrome. So any of those conditions, if you've been listening and you're like, well, I don't know if I have that symptom, but I had this one condition. If it was like things like that, basically any condition affecting the pelvic region, that can come with pelvic floor dysfunction too.
If you have any pain in the pelvic region, pelvic floor PT.
Yeah.
Baby.
Baby.
The pelvic floor muscles, what is their role? We've said it before. Let's do a little review sesh.
Oh God.
What do the pelvic floor muscles do? They provide you with stability. So they give you a stronger core. They're part of your core musculature. They assist in sexual function. Okay. Having an orgasm. We love that. Getting hard. Love that. Clitorally or penilely.
We all get hard.
Penilely?
You're putting me in a position
You don't have a penis.
Describe a word that I've never had to use before.
Also, bowel and bladder.
Bowel and bladder.
Yeah, they play a role in bowel and bladder, like being able to empty your bowels, being able to empty your bladder, be able to maintain continence or like not pee your pants. Okay, these are all very important things that we all need to know how to control and we all need awareness of. And 80% of the population does not have awareness of.
Yeah.
We just, from birth, just start pooping, peeing, having sex, doing all this stuff with our pelvic floor with no idea what it actually does.
Yeah. And if we want to get a little less by the book with it, your hips and pelvis are a major storage area for anxiety and trauma. And a lot of psychological work has been done to kind of unpack this. So if you're someone who's really tight and you're hearing this and you're like, oh, like my hips are always tight, I'm constipated, you're super stressed at your job, and you happen to have a penis and you've never even heard people talk about this before, pelvic floor therapy might also help with some of your emotional regulation. It's just the best thing ever, really.
Really, we love our jobs.
We love it.
Come see us.
Come see us. We'll have you in.
If you're in Chicago.
Say that.
We'll have you in. Jesus.
We're getting slap happy. It's late.
We're filming on a late night tonight.
It's a late night tonight.
But we've had a lot of episodes and we have not addressed male pelvic floor.
Yeah.
So this one's for you.
This one's for you. All right, guys.
Any of our, you're trying to wrap it up?
Yeah. Just because I have the low battery sign over there.
Oh, it's okay. For any of our listeners right now that have a penis and you have been a pelvic freak for a minute, we love you and we want to hear from you. So if you are listening, please leave a comment on this episode, send us a DM, send us a review. I want to hear from those listeners because we hear from you guys less.
Yeah.
Okay. And we know you're there.
And we know you're there and we love you guys.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
This episode is for you, baby.
For you, just for you.
We love you too.
We love you too. Leave us a comment. Make sure you're following us on social media at Pelvic POV so you can leave us a comment at the link in our bio if you choose to do it anonymously.
Hey.
Because we love your stories too.
I don't know why I said A.
Because we're slap happy.
Yes. Guys, we have big changes coming up for Pelvic POV podcast. Watch out. Get ready. Gemini's and Uranus. Never forget.
be prepared for a potential change
Yeah, you never know what to expect from Uranus.
of an unbeknownst variety.
We need to go to bed. I have egg salad sandwich at home.
All right. Bye, pelvic freaks.
Bye, pelvic freaks.
Not the egg salad sandwich.